need to worry about whether or not it's legal what happened to these children, to these 120 people, right? So, first things first, as the young lady had already brought up, she had asked, there was no money and no drugs that was picked up, to my knowledge. And would I be wrong on that? In this raid. And if not, because we're dealing with the RICO law, correct? And under the RICO law, what we're supposed to be dealing with is organized crime based on conspiracy to commit murder and conspiracy for murder and conspiracy to distribute, right? So distribute drugs and stuff and third, right? So with this, what evidence do we have of conspiracy to sell drugs for 120 people individually? Because you went to get each one of these people. So I don't want to hear that, or I don't think that the community wants to hear that you believe that these people did this. We want to know for every single individual that was arrested, there was a reason that every single individual got arrested. Every single individual. So just to say, so there was nothing picked up, number one. So now when we go into murders now, right? So do we have enough for these people to be tried under the RICO law to begin with?
Yes.
Do we?
Yes, that's what they said. They indicted them for it. Yeah, there was probable cause to do it. They were indicted. Enough evidence was presented to a federal grand jury, and they voted those indictments. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
For all 120. Not each one of them are all charged. Not all of them are charged with the same crime.
They're American citizens.
I know they're American citizens, yes. And it turned out to be 120 people, all charged with various crimes. Not all of them are all charged with let's say it's a 100-count indictment. Sometimes, some of them are charged with 3 counts of that indictment because they took part in one way. 5 of them may be indicted for 10 charges another way. That's how it's packaged all together because it's a conspiracy. So therefore, there were a number of things happen over a period of time. And once they get arrested, it doesn't mean that you have to have the stuff right then, because some of those crimes happened before the crimes did happen before they were arrested, and the proceeds may not be there. The police already have them because they did them at a different time. It was just that they locked them up all at the same time. So just because somebody gets arrested and you search them and they don't have the proceeds doesn't mean that the crime didn't happen. That's what has to be proven at the trial. And the prosecutor, whether it's the Bronx D.A. or the U.S. attorney, has to prove. You talk about legality of it. The legality of it is this: that they have to prove those charges beyond a reasonable doubt. And every one of those defendants, all 120 of them, will have lawyers like Mr. Woods to be there to protect their rights, to make sure that the legality of what happened last week was good. That's why he's there.
Okay, here's the thing. Is that what we're saying is that you're not saying individually for each one of these people. Understand that it would never happen in any other community but the minority community. Never in any other community that you would charge 120 people without basis for every single individual. It was said to me by the council about 2 days ago that one of the reasons as to why they picked up some of these individuals is because, well, he had expressed to me that he knows what people in gangs look like. Because they fit a certain description based on what the council had said to me about 2 days ago, and there were certain people here that was in that meeting. That he knows. Now, it was said that the people who are linked under this 120 people, some of them is based on having a certain fitted hat. Because having a certain fitted hat. Would I be wrong on that? Councilman, no? I wouldn't be wrong. So what you're saying is that based on having a fitted hat like this one, or like that 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 one, that is the basis in which you arrest. This wouldn't happen in any other community. That you're going to arrest people based on having a certain fitted hat. Was that fitted hat on social media? He had a fitted hat on Facebook that you locked him up for?
Sarah, let me just say this, okay? I didn't tell you that nobody was arrested because they had a certain fitted hat. We're talking about listen, he's a councilman, okay? I'm a lawyer and a former judge, okay? And I can tell you, having presided over thousands of trials, that nobody is going to get convicted or an indictment brought against a person because they wore a certain fitted hat. This is way too serious for you to trivialize it like that. No, but you know what? You can listen to rumors and innuendos if you want. evidence that was presented to that grand jury, and if there's something that didn't measure up, it will be thrown out. That's the process that we have.
This has happened multiple times in multiple communities in the Bronx. So this has happened in Harlem. This has happened in some places in Brooklyn. This happened in Hunts Point in the South Bronx, Queensbridge. So this only happens really in the black community, in the minority community, in the Hispanic community. Can I ask a question? So this is a federal case, correct? This is a federal case. So now, according to federal investigation, the most dangerous threat to America today would be right-wing terrorism, right? Right-wing terrorism is the most dangerous threat in America today. But yet, the Fed can come up, they must love us that much. They love us so much that the only people they want to protect is the black community by incarcerating most of the black community. That's a terrorist organization. I've never heard of no organization. I ain't never heard of it. But we do this in the black community all the time. All the time we do this in the black community. Based on company. Based on research, it's not fact.
We want to thank you.